Well. We're back so soon with more hockey, eh? But don't worry. We actually have ourselves a sibling rivalry, if you can even call it that. But, hello, everybody! The Gargoyles continue their inaugural tour with basically result that's going to basically all but kick them out of the playoffs. And then we have ourselves here the Savannah Ghost Pirates, who are looking to retain their placement at fourth in the South. They both have similar ownership groups, just so you know. They both have to do with Andy Kaufman, and who's basically like the ECHL's monopoly man, with how many of these franchises has to do with him. But they are doing like their little introduction thing. Somebody's gonna get sliced. I'm just telling you now. Somebody's on pace to get sliced. Because it's that time of the year where we gotta start slicing up some playoff dreams. Yes, I'm using a pizza cutter to try to reference this. It ain't that good with the lighting, but look. We have ourselves here a pizza cutter. I still need to take the tag off. But we have ourselves here a pizza cutter. I'm not afraid to use this as my new favorite means of cutting away some playoff hopes. Who's gonna lose their playoff hopes first? And by the way, in terms of the NBA, the Thunder, to no surprise, will continue to defend their crown. Well, I kind of got the tag off. I still need to cut the other part off. I'll say Ghost Pirates picked a good choice of a song for their introduction stuff. There's really not much background between why these two are playing, how these two teams are doing. But this is on pace. But the Pirates do have a legitimate shot to actually make the playoffs. And we had a slip up from Davey. Oh, Davey, the mascot of the Ghost Pirates, gets the first stripping call of the game. And it's supposed to be military appreciation. That's pretty hilarious. Davey just slips. Davey the mascot just slips on the ice. Well, we definitely know. Oh, that penalty is going to be called against the Gargoyles to kick off the game. 2 minutes for tripping the mascot. Yeah, sometimes we get the unexpected funny jokes. Those when we see random stuff occur. But anyway, let's actually take a look at some lineup stuff. So, this is the only hockey game for the ECHL today. Then at net for the Gargoyles is Nikita Quap. And in at net for the Ghost Pirates is Vinny Papura. Yeah, they're just saying his name right now. So there are your names for the goalies. Everybody does the rotation. Keep that in mind. They'll have their respective starting lineups, but it's really not going to make much of a difference because they're going to rotate out players throughout. But the goalie almost always stay in the game the entire time. Ice is slippery, everyone. Ice is slippery. They're doing the puck drop before the anthem. Huh. That is interesting. But yeah. I think I heard some of the fans. I wonder if those are some of the fans that's trying to tell Quap that he sucks. Jeez, we're not even starting on the game yet. We're already getting some funny moments. The things we do around here are for content. I may never end up with a popular channel, but as long as I'm having fun doing stuff like this, I'm okay with having some funny moments. I don't need to rely on fancy movie quality. I gotta flash everything to you every 5 seconds. And it's just to maintain an attention span. Yeah, I know some of you don't watch that long. You only watch like a second of it and then leave. Because for some reason, you weren't appealed by the first second of it. I know how some of you are. But anyway, they're finished with their anthem. This is the only ECHL game of the day, for your reminder. And since it's two teams that chose to cover play against each other, this will count as an appearance for both. I forgot to update that. Hold on, let me see if I can update that real quick. There we go. Oh, Troop Thursday. Actually, okay then. Did you see the Gargoyles wearing the black jerseys? Yeah, that's totally not gonna throw people apart. Hey, look, somebody in attendance got a red lightsaber. And wait, is that? Did somebody import some Iceman and glow sticks? Somebody implement some of that? But puck is down and underway as we see the Pirates able to start or to make their way. And that's already a goal for the Pirates right off the bat. Already. We're not even This was only like, what, 15 seconds into the game already, and Pirates already on the board. According to Matt Koopman, whatever. They already squeak it past wall. And the puck only just dropped. We're on the way. Also, Coop scored so fast. Gonna tell you the game's. Couldn't even tell you the game started. Even the media team like just does that. That's just funny. They didn't even give the Pirates media team time. Like we, yeah, we just started the game. But by the way, we also got a goal so fast that we forgot to we didn't have time to tell you the game started. Yeah, I think they were trying to wait for enough players. I think the Gargoyles were trying to wait for enough players to be on sides, but it didn't work out all that well. How we gained these this much hilarious stuff occurring this early? Normally it doesn't happen that much. Normally it doesn't happen that much. I'm not even a VTuber, and for some reason we already got several funny moments. What about a hodgepodge collection of funny moments? And well, at least we'll see if they can strike just as quickly. Well, maybe not just as quickly. That was like 15 seconds. But I would hate for that to be a sign of things that come if I'm the Gargoyles. Giving up a goal that early, not always a good omen. But yeah, this is supposed to be a sibling rivalry. Apparently, the Gargoyles have similar issues to what the Icemen have, just that their issues are worse. Worse without the part about trading players. Maybe. I don't know. Do they even have a best player? I don't know. It's weird. Good. At that one moment where I just briefly look away, try to look at one on my phone, and I just look, then I just hear, wait, hold up. Like that. Be weird. Yeah, I'm trying to bounce back and forth between stuff, but it's kind of hard when I have to deal with watery eyes right now. Because of how much comedy we've been given. And I can definitely tell you that the Ghost Pirates aren't having that much luck again. But with how they've been playing, they might actually make the playoffs. And that's an icing call. Well, there's gonna be what? Keep in mind, the goalies are only allowed to play the puck within a certain zone behind the net. So we have yet to see a penalty get called for not being in the zone they need to be in when playing the puck. We have yet to see that. It's probably because it's a very rare penalty to occur. And that was a save from Papura. Right into the glove. So the Gargoyles are just hoping to get something and going to overcome the bar about the quickness. And that was a far shot, and it's in the net for the Gargoyles to tie it up. It might have been tipped on its way in. It's Blake Biondi who's actually going to get it. Wow. And apparently a statement is now out. And it seems like the former Packers president and CEO has passed. Yeah. There, yeah, Bob Harlan passed away apparently. Anyway, Fire is able to keep it into the zone. Shot is wide. Blocked. They're waiting. Players back on sides for the Pirates. They're lined back up into the Gargoyle zone. And for a way to get in, it does go in. That's another goal for the Pirates. It's pretty much like we're not even 5 minutes into the period. We've already had plenty of fireworks. Well, well, right now, it's gonna get that second goal. No, seriously, we're not even past the 5 minute mark of this period. And we've had 3 goals total. I hope you wanted fireworks this early. Don't forget, there's still a lot of hockey left for it to turn into a defensive slog if you like that kind of hockey. But jeez, a lot of quick stuff going on this early. At this rate, we're probably going to see. At the rate things are going, there's probably going to be some fireworks going off in somebody's yard. Oh, Drevich is playing. And I don't know if it seems like he's been rather quiet, at least in terms of the times we've seen the Pirates on stream. Seems like he's been rather quiet. Maybe nobody wants any pizza from right now. Or maybe got chewed. Or something. I don't know. It's just weird. And that shot was almost stuffed in, but it was saved. But yeah, just some crazy stuff that goes on around here. Well, yeah, I actually managed to pronounce it right the first time. It's funny. But yeah, a lot of crazy stuff has already occurred. And we're still trying to process stuff. But yeah, it's been a lot of usual stuff right now. I'm probably gonna have to go get me some water during the intermission. Especially if I want to cool off after all that excitement. Yeah, that's just gonna cover it up. But yeah, it's just gonna love stuff there. Yeah, things have calmed down now. They have calmed down. There's an icing. Wait, a player went down the tunnel? That what I heard? I'm not sure what actually happened, but something probably occurred. Maybe an injury. It would make sense. It would make sense for it to be an injury. If not much else is being talked about for it. But we got another icing call here. We'll say there've definitely been some crazy things. It's just been a lot of your standards. But yeah, don't worry if you're experiencing buffering, just refresh. You should be fine if you have to refresh. It's always an issue with what I'm having to make use of. Always an issue. As much as I could adjust the bit rates and delays, I don't think it would help that much. Given how finicky live streaming is. Dang, we're already at 1,000 career points for Cooper Flag. That was fast. But yeah, I'm about to do some cutting here. Somebody's playoff hose is going to get cut. Just that it all comes down to how good an internet is. And now the settings are adjusted. Center ice draw, yeah. I don't even know how they point to center ice draw after a, you know. Do we have another hockey game where the strike comes right at the right at wow. 13 seconds into the game. Jeez. That's two hockey games that have now started with a goal within like 15 seconds of the first face off. Jeez, I want to know how much the Rangers are missing their top players if they're if that's occurring. Give up a goal 13 seconds into the game to the Maple Leafs of all teams. You serious, guys? Sure you sure you're trying to retool? Jeez, I need to keep an eye to see if Maple Leafs end up going full Maple Leafs, or if the Rangers really are that bad. And and by the way, remember we were talking about Dravish being oddly quiet. Well, take a look at this. And we're about to get a penalty coming up right here against Drevich. He's gonna be called for a hooking. I just want to know what's going on. And this puck off the wall. And that's out. So they'll have to redo the face off. Great start, boys. Great start to a penalty kill. And that one is gonna go out again. That's twice they've had to redo the face off. Jeez, guys. Can't even keep the fucking play. What are you doing? But yeah. I finally got around to watching some other creator play the latest Resident Evil. And it looks pretty impressive. Well, they've been able to make the games look impressive ever since they switched to the RE engine. And, well, the in-house RE engine, that is. But they managed to make the blend of first person and third person work rather well. I'm sure it's been out long enough to where I shouldn't have to worry about spoiling the game, but I, I'm still gonna watch through the rest of the playthrough, see how it ends, and and Grace is a pretty interesting character. Yeah, tons. Yeah, that's right. There's like 51 seconds of power play. Tuck down. And yeah, that was all high and wide. High and wide, everybody. High and wide. Hello. High and wide. High and wide, everyone. Jeez. Didn't think I'd be mocking the commentating team as well. Guess we just mocked everybody here. Now the puck's down again. But the Pirates on a little bit of a breakaway. No, that shot is going to be deflected. Away from the goal, no less. We had a little bit of a slip. Made that two slips for this game. Still find it funny that the mask got slipped. They're supposed to be trained for that. You think they would know it's slippery. But yeah, that power play is pretty much gone to waste. Yeah, there goes. Yeah, there's Drovich back out. I don't, I don't know if he stayed out on the ice or if he went to the bench, but he's out. More shots that keep getting deflected off after blocks and saves. Whoop's finally starting to play like a brick wall. How long is he gonna last? Anyway, cap space, sign an extension. That makes sense. Yeah, take the cap dump. But yeah, there have been all kinds of things that went on. Yeah, we had a lot of early action. Well, things have seemed to slow down. They probably realized that we were getting too much comedy. Like, all right, let's tame it a little. Let's tame it a little. We gave people too much to laugh about. Let's take a step back, folks. Take a step back. Time is running out in this first period. So, okay, okay, wait. Self some water. Apparently, there's now been a use of Pokemon Pokopia to promote an agenda source. Oh, we're getting a penalty here. It's two different penalties for Logan Nelson. Two different penalties for Logan Nelson. One for tripping, one for hooking. With a minute 55 left. Wow. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a 4-minute penalty kill. Oh god. They just stacked them. And I went wide. And there's the clock for it to go to intermission. So there'll be another 2 minutes of a power play for the Pirates. Going into the second period. So I'll so I'm gonna take myself a little bit of a break. I need a water. We'll be back. Man. I got my water here. So I'll be able to do what I need to do. Make sure I take my energy pill. Oh, jeez, Verena. Jeez, I'm having a bit of a door claw. I've told Verena in the past she can't be in here. Especially with a game this late. Yeah, it's just been a boring intermission. Nothing else for me to talk about. They'll eventually get to it. But yeah, trying to do what I can with all this. Yeah, they're doing their intermission stuff. Oh yeah, that whole thing. I wonder how scripted that is. Cause I don't know how you be able to. Cause it's kind of weird. Don't it feels like it's scripted. Oh yeah, this is like some sort of like stop the music thing. What's the cameraman doing? What's the cameraman doing? He's supposed to be viewing things. I bet you nobody understands what the meaning of Born in the USA is. They just see the title like, yes, that's patriotic as hell. But if you notice, Bruce Springsteen's music is not that conservative. Especially his latest track. So they're about to come in for the second period. So, Bangalore. Oh, thanks for telling me about that little thing. But where they are about to come back. They're about to drop the puck for the second period. And there's the face off. That is wide. And we got ourselves a penalty. It's gonna balance out. Reed Patelli is going into the penalty box for a high stick. That'll be a 4-on-4. They'll just be on 4-on-4 action for a little bit. I don't think their scorebook thing is staying up to date. Oh yeah, there's some players I don't remember. And there's an icing call against Gargoyles there. That's what they decided to call. Thanks for telling me. What? There's a little bit of confusion there. They'll just wave it all go center ice. Yeah, that water is very much empty. I think that's it for the penalty. Just 20 seconds of a power play. Yeah, that's very cool. But yeah, that ain't gonna do anything. Both teams are back to full strength. I mean, all kinds of defense and defense. And there's an icing. And there's all kinds of things that have had some effects. Or center ice face offs, like normal. Ooh, jeez, I didn't expect to let one out. Yeah, They're not having that much of a good time. Eh, yeah, the whole AI channel thing. I think it'll live on. Oh, it looks like that. They're saying that's a goal. I guess it actually went. Something finally went in, and it's for the Pirates. Nick Granowicz gets it in for the third goal of the game for the Pirates. Now it's a 2-goal lead for the Pirates. Well, and well, they just turned right back around and scored again. It's now 3-goal lead for the Pirates as Reese Vitelli gets one through. This was like about half a minute after. Man, if I'm Quap, I'm wondering if I'm even going to be remaining at net for the rest of the game after that. I think if they get hit with another one on so quick, that might be the night. Just being honest. And then in other hockey stuff, we had a 5-minute major game misconduct on Evgeny Malkin. Oh, that's where it is. Let me see if I can take a closer look at this here. Let's see. Dolan was doing a center cross check. Oh, that is a slash to the head. That was a slash to the head. Wow. Yeah, that was like a slash to the neck. Looking at replay. That looked like a yeah, that looked like a slash to the neck. It's because he went for a dangerous area. It makes sense. Yeah, as of now, Quap is still in. But yeah, they're gonna call majors if you strike at a major area or like an area you shouldn't be striking at. And from the angle I was able to see, it looked like a slash to the neck. From what I can tell, a slash to the neck. And well, we actually saw, and there's now goal number 2 for the Gargoyles. So now it's back to a 2-goal match. It's Denny Gore who gets it in. No, that was Greg Smith who got it in. My bad. I guess I looked a little too far ahead. Because now the Gargoyles are going to get back to back. Now that one was Denny Gore. It's the Gargoyles' turn to have 2 back-to-back goals in rapid succession. Just like that, we're just back to 1 goal separating them. That quickly. All right, there's the puck drop. Both sides now have scored within half minute it back to back at certain points. You want fireworks, didn't you? Now I'm wondering which goalie's gonna be at risk of being replaced. Just some back and forth action here, nothing crazy. Just nothing crazy here. Nothing crazy. Don't worry about it. It's nothing crazy. Man, I'm already. What do we do with the heads? It's just crazy. But yeah. This is probably one of the. It's been a. It's been a hot minute since we had. Well, maybe it really hasn't been that long since we had an ECHL game with this big of a number. Because the Gargoyles versus that are on that game ended this exact score. Scoring. High scoring games still remain those 6-5 ones. Let me see here. Here's this one. Iceman versus Pirates. That ended 6-5. And then the very first one that we did, all the way back at the beginning, went to overtime, ended 6-5. So you can tell it's been a real hot minute. Seriously, the graphics have come a long way. Like this is how they were at this particular point. This is where they are at this particular point. This is where they were at this particular point. And now here it is at this particular point. It's like watching a before and after image. It's crazy to think, ain't it? Yeah, the Gargoyles media team is slow. At least that's what it seems like. It seems like we just get these brief moments of, like, these brief moments of fireworks, and then it just goes back to defense. Let me slice somebody. Just let me slice up some playoff dreams. Let me slice up some playoff dreams. Come on, I know you can do it. I know you can do it. It's just crazy to see how things can go sometimes. Sorry, see here. Pockets and Gargoyle Zone. And there's the Gargoyles themselves. Nope. Have to go back and forth a little bit. But yeah. There's some people crowded out there at the goalie. Lapura is seeing quite the audience of players in front of them. Everybody's gonna go out bingoing later. And there's Quap making a save with an audience around him. Maybe they also want to go bingo later. Yeah, the second beer is already gone by pretty fast. Little crazy stuff. Davey dance off. Oh, right. I don't get that stuff. It just makes it look like they're trying to do some sort of like, hey, would you like to have dance something, Davey? By the way, you gotta make sure you bring your A game because you can't rely on brain rot dance moves all the time. It's weird. But the good news is that this is probably one of the more exciting games we've had all season. Just gotta get it all going. But yeah. No, he's been able to score in quite a bit. Very nice. Trying to be careful here. Sorry if I seem to be a little bit bored right now, but I'm dealing with a little bit of headache right now. I'm sure as long as I get some good sleep and try to make better use of glasses, I'll be able to do fine. It's weird. Some weirdness tends to go on when you're in Savannah. There was no penalty call. So it's just all like normal. No. And trying to pay attention. See if anything occurs. It's not looking like anything is bound to occur. The time runs down and runs down. And we have players slow to get up. It's finally changing zones. Yeah, it's hard to try to be original with some of the commentary. When a lot of teams do a lot of the same. But there's a save for Guap with 2:14 to go in the second period. Yeah. I will say this is depending on how many goals get scored in the third period. This could either be on track to end up in a tie for the most points scored in a game, or it could fall apart, or it could take the cake. Right into the netting. Right to the netting. Please. But then still winds down. And yes, oh yeah, I don't know if anybody knows, but my face is a lot cleaner. You can tell. I'll try the best I can to try to keep it this clean right here. I definitely much prefer or keep all this clean as always like a clean shave and as opposed to having it fully having grown out because it can get really itchy. It can get really itchy around the facial hair, especially when I sleep at night. Which honestly, I would much rather. I would much rather sleep at night not feeling an itch from that. But that's gonna end up doing it for our second period here. And that's it for the second period is all the players are gathered up. But nothing comes of it. So I think I'll have enough time to take this throw it away and I'll be back. Man, what a game it's been. What a game it's been. Then been a lot of craziness. A lot of it. I'm just drinking myself a float here. No, really, I'm just trying to keep myself afloat. Oof. That long day for me. Got like 5 different screens going at once. You know how crazy that is? 3 of them are tied to a laptop. One is just a separate laptop, and one's a TV running on its own. Quite the setup, ain't it? Quite the setup. We'll see how long the Ghost Pirates range actually lasts for. Just watching the intermission stuff unfold with their Chuckapuck stuff. I'm just realizing you guys been haven't done Chuckapuck in a long while. That that's interesting. It's been a long time since they've done an actual Chuckapuck. That's the thing that gets me. Maybe they had some stuff go on with their chuck-a-pucks. I don't know. But yeah, I keep forgetting about the whole chuck-a-puck thing. It's crazy how some of this stuff turns out. Just something right now. And, just there just hasn't been much for me to talk about. I'm just browsing. Yeah, you're just not giving me much of anything to talk about right now. Seriously though, you think some of these teams would be able to figure out how to develop talents by now? Yeah, they're still not giving me much of anything to talk about. I'm just waiting for the third period to come. Oh yeah, the higher and lower game. But they play around with Publix pricing. Are they actually about to start going into the third period? Yeah, they're back for a third period. So I better get off my ass here. than actually watch through this period. Their Atlanta Rangers prospect development team is just full of former Rangers players. So you're telling me that bringing in players that don't know how to do this thing called coaching development doesn't go well more often than not? That sounds accurate. Hey, well, there it is. Third period underway. No, there's not gonna be a quick one this time. It'll just be more of the usual. Wonder what kind of stuff I can find to talk about. There has to be something, right? There has to be something I can talk about. Yeah, we got ourselves an icing call. Oh, Jesus, really? The Tulsa Oilers and Allen Americans will suit up as the Thunder Bay Bombers and Hamilton Mustangs, rocking specialty jerseys to celebrate the release of the film Young Blood. You serious, guys? This is the kind of promotion we're running? I can only imagine how much confusion would come from the fans who were expecting Alabama Americans versus Tulsa Oilers. Or showing up like, oh, what the heck is this Hamilton Mustang and Thunder Bay Bomber thing that's going on? We're here in the usual places. What the heck? I don't recall our team going to Hamilton. But I guess we did find something to talk about after all. Yeah, I can't believe they're actually doing something like this. And how short of a notice is this? Just why? Why? Just don't get it. I just really don't. Can I please tell me what's going on? Oh, this is interesting. A new report suggests Kid Rock faces losses reaching six figures after his planned MAGA themed music festival was canceled. And also, we actually got ourselves a tripping penalty against Logan Nelson again. So, the power play for the Ghost Pirates.
on the power play. Greensboro 15 from the kill. Goes fire, start the right circle. Ryan Sullivan will lead to take the draw. Set by Ryan Richardson. Tied up on the draw. No one has until Sullivan comes east to the back to Savannah, left side, Trevor. Back to Savannah, quick to his right. Back to Trevor, puts the top in four. So left side, the belly. To the bullet. Shot.
Hey, well, that did not last long. That power play did not last long at all. That just went straight in to the net for. Oh, of course, it's Logan Drevich. It's good to be Logan Drevich.
Good pass by Vitelli. To get it underneath to Sullivan. Right over to Drevich on the power play. To make it a 5-3 game with 14:52 remaining in the third. This Pirates lifted soon from. They flip it all the way down. Clock came out of 3, so I think the Gargoyles have skated forward. Dive in pro.
Didn't expect the power play to go by that fast.
14-54 remaining in the third period. The big goal there for the Wilkes Pirates. They will get another one. Side of the field. Under the wall by the Gargoyles. Puck out of center in front. Down a left shot. Missed the net wide. And now it's go.
Oh, yeah. I should check to see who has some tiebreakers.
Forward, get a pass, long pass forward. There's 4, got it up inside. Far side of the ice, then up to Drevich at neutral ice. He puts it forward. 4, going maybe a turn pass, long pass to forward, abandoned, fresh onto the ice. Required to back it up. Give me a timeout. Oh, that's the first period. Yeah, I get 12. And they now fire. ECHL.
I'm trying to see here. Yeah, I was just checking through. Depending on tonight's results, the, the point percentage could favor the Lightning. By a question of how much. It's also possible the Saber that Sabers could have bigger jumps on that. But depending on how they decide to sort out those tiebreakers, but yeah, it's looking like it'll just be the standard at this point. We've had more scoring, but it seems like it's just gonna calm down at this point. I don't think we're gonna surpass the 2 times we've had a game in 65. I don't think so. It's not. It doesn't have that current pace now. Maybe early on in the game, but at this point, not really. And we are officially halfway through the period. So time will be running down in regulation. Ugh. Trying to. I just need help to get through this game. Hopefully, I can get through this game so I can start trying to get my eyes better. I've been all kinds of things are going on. Okay, that was a little weird on that end. Yeah, they're not giving me much to talk about at this point. It's just if you're the Gargoyles, you just gotta hope something happens. And soon. The lead by 2 points with 3 minutes left in basketball, yeah, that can change on a whim. Absolutely. Change on a whim. You ever wonder why they say, hey, look, it's a close game with 3 minutes left? Well, you got maybe if you take a look at how often they score, you'll notice that they can get into the 80s and 90s and 100s, no problem. Out. Yeah, just trying to survive this game here. Don't get me wrong, it's been an entertaining game. It can only be so entertaining when you're having to deal with some hurting heads. Okay, I don't know if it actually picked up, but something picked up, but no matter. Oh no, wait! The highest scoring one was the highest total score was when the Ghost Pirates beat the Stingrays early in the season, like 9-4 or 9-5. I think. Let me take a look here. Almost forgot about. Yeah, 9-4. Or this was the highest scoring one. That was the highest scoring one. Way back early in the season. What a long ways this has gone. That this was like the Pirates had gone into an overtime and a shootout to kick off the season. And with the Stingrays looking to be one of the best, and then they get embarrassed. It's like it was the 4th of July. Yeah, that was like a fun time that was. But that was probably the most amount of fun I've had watching a hockey game in a bit when I did that particular game. It's like everything decided to fall into place. It's just crazy. It's just crazy how far things have come. Yeah, a little bit of a slip from the Gargoyle player right on the face off. But yeah, I think you can clearly tell who's gonna win. A shot looking for a rebound, you say? I wonder what kind of shot he would have been. I know, I'm funny. Not really. Only when something actually lands like it should. Magic funny. And not every joke is going to land. But yeah, they're just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. New career on gold for Geek Squad. What? For the Geeks. For the Geeks. What is this to do? Oh, it's because his name's Morgan Geeky. His 34th goal of the season. Lovely. Yes, lovely. Ugh. Third. Her to try to fight through the hurting hats. To try and finish anything. I'm probably in a pretty uncomfortable position, especially when it has to do with my back. Oof. Keep laying something out. Oof. 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 Yeah, this game is already close to over. Did I miss anything in terms of penalties? Nope. Didn't miss anything during the penalties.
Back in the puck all the way to the far corner. The corner takes a hit. Montgomery will now have it. Won't throw back. Now the 3-point heading in the fourth period. Four. Pass it up twice. Down to the teammate. And tipping all the way in deep. That being number 27. That being David Gagnon. Out racing with the puck here as taking the hit was Gore. As Lapina was the one that was delivering it. As blocked out of the net. The net is empty. The right side trailer.
Oh, net is empty. Yep, they didn't even get a chance to update it, but they tried to go for an empty. They empty the net down by 2, and they give up a goal. It's now 6-3 for the Ghost Pirates. And I think, did I hear that right? Yeah, credit to Josh Lapina, his 4th goal of the season. Huh.
Gargoyles grab and push all the way in deep. Comes to Papura. And the traffic worker around the far wall. And actually went all the way out of his own. Skelly will be racing onto it. He affiliated that. Going forward, dropping on the near side. Shot is blocked. It was always ripped it. And it went right to a those fires. It just didn't enough on it to send it out to neutral ice. They're going to go forward on the Gargoyles. They're pushing deep. Light started grab. Takes the pressure behind it. Brings it off the back wall to Carroll. It's to Dominic. To Monty. Now one more to right.
Yeah, they're not even bothering trying to pull him right now.
There on that play was Connor Gregor trying to work the play forward. Long outlet pass doesn't connect to Ronaldo. Nice to Greensboro. He thought he won the race, didn't all over the play. The puck ripped around to the far side of the ice. They didn't give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, time is ticking, and I don't think the Gargoyles will be able to actually pull it off. They might be able to try and make it look a little bit closer, but that's about it.
Circle. Peter Cole. And go with Carroll. 4 points on the night. Gargoyle. Scoring. Monsis. Dropped it on for Renault. He took it a shot up. They would rather reach the goal line at fair now. Pass it off one. Straight away. Shorov gives another shot.
Yeah, the Gargoyles can't get anything through the net at this point.
Expired Posada. Back in and out to twice. That was Gregan. First shot. Come in. Spuds all the way deep. Everyone's changing. So good block. Take his time. Skates towards the puck. Back grab to neutral ice. Both fired. Granner.
As time ticks down.
Now a minute 15 remaining. Open. Skate to fourth. Opening goal scorer in the contest. Skate four on the back gate. Stop below the right circle. Looking along. Goes around Ben.
And that's just going to be saved and covered.
3 seconds. Man again the third period.
Man, that got a shutout, huh?
Goes down the right circle. Eight Pirates. Looking to finish off this big win here tonight against Greensboro. Puck break off on the glass and into the bench area. Clock's going to continue to run. Nothing too sad about it. Just waiting for the final word at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
They're actually going to add a couple more seconds back on the clock. 54.6 seconds right now.
Just waiting for the final horn. And there's an icing call. It is final minute of the regulation. Now play will go on. Goes back the opposite way. And just goes back to the Pirates, and they're just gonna drain this one dry. They'll just let this one wind down and dry. As that is how this game will end. This was just domination for the Pirates across the board. It's just domination across the board. And now that makes them at 60 total points of the season. With still not much time left available to secure the playoffs. So this is about that time those clinches occur anyway, but thank you all so much for tuning in to this. Whatever this is. But I'm sure there'll be more of it in the future. But until next time, travel safely. Good night, everyone.